life gives you the raw materials to create whatever your dreams are, but it's up to you to actually create it, to actually do something, to take the action. So last night I was watching the Mr. Rogers movie, and for the last couple of weeks I've been feeling really uninspired and really having a lot of old patterns of like self-doubt and questioning and just doubt and shame, all these things coming up. And I've been using all the tools that I have to work through them. I've been leading myself through everything that I lead my clients through, and I actually grew up kind of in like my own little bubble. I had a really hard time like sitting through movies and sitting through TV shows, so I just never really watched many of them, including the Mr. Rogers show. I actually never even heard of it until my adult life, and my husband grew up with it. So last night we were watching the Mr. Rogers movie, and there was one part in the movie where he said, okay, close your eyes and reflect back on all the different people throughout your life who helped you become who you are today. And literally to just take 1 minute and think about all those people. And maybe we can take a few seconds to do that right now. I did that as we were watching the movie. They actually paused in the movie for a minute for you to be able to do this. So let's do that. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just reflect on all the people that have helped you become who you are right now. Where did those qualities come from? All the different ambitions and desires and beliefs and actions that you take. Who taught you how to do those things? Who instilled that belief in you? Who instilled those stories in you? And not looking at it from a lens of like, who gave me all my problems and negativity and self-doubt and guilt and shame and judgment and whatever, but looking at it from the perspective of who gave me all of my positive attributes, my positive qualities. As I did that exercise, the main people that were coming up for me was coaches that I worked with over the years, whether it was coaches from gymnastics or from competitive cheer or in like drama and theater. Like, coaches have always been such a big part of my life, and while in my younger years it was mostly sports coaches, something hit me yesterday that I realized, like, holy shit, life is so fucking crazy. It was giving me the raw materials all this time, and it was only yesterday that I pieced this connection together, where initially I really wanted to be a vet. I thought it would be so cool to just like play and cuddle with animals all day, and then I realized that that's not actually what veterinarians do. So didn't do that. I thought it would be really amazing to be an astronaut, and once I got past just like basic, simplification, exactly. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. When I got past the basics, I was like, astronaut is out. And what's crazy is that when I was working with those coaches, what I realized from a very young age, I think the first memory that I have of thinking this was in like maybe 4th grade, of saying, oh, it'd be so cool to be a cheer coach. And as I got into my later teens, I actually started coaching. I started helping some of the younger teams. When I studied abroad, I did competitive cheer there, and I was coaching some of the other teams there as part of my exchange for being able to be part of the cheer team, to compete with them by offering classes and teaching some of the younger kids. And I even took some classes in college around coaching. Again, it was mostly focused around sports. And it's just so funny reflecting back on what all those coaches helped me with over the years was stepping into my next level identity. When I tried out for high school cheer for the first time, I was very, very confident. I knew that I had great skills. I knew that I was really, really good at what I was doing. And I noticed through that tryout process, which was very intense and very intimidating, that my skills were far beyond what a majority, I would say like 90% of the other people there were. And during tryouts, a tiny little part of my mind was like, what if I actually make varsity as a freshman the first time that I try out? What if I actually do the thing that only one other person in the history of my school has ever done? And it wasn't this thing that I was like death gripping or attached to, but it was just like, what if? That'd be kind of cool. And then I did it. And then once I did it, it was terrifying, because here's this kid who's 4 years younger than everybody else, who has skills beyond what almost everyone else on the team can do, who's getting bullied, who's having all these different things happen, and whose coach is constantly reminding her, you're here for a reason, you're here on purpose, you're here because you, even though you're the youngest, you're expanding this team. You're helping all of them shift their identities just by you being part of this team. And that's what all of my coaches ever did for me, is they reflected back how my identity of just who I am changes all these people around me. And obviously growing up, my perception of coach was like sports coach, was performance coach, athlete. And it didn't hit me until last night watching the Mr. Rogers movie that obviously I've been a coach and a mentor for the last 10 years in a very different way of helping people shift their identity around whatever it is, whatever dream it is that they want to create. And it's just so cool being able to reflect back and be like, wow, all this time I was being given the raw materials to create what I wanted with my life. I was being given these different coaches, these different experiences, these different travel, different experiences with money, different experiences with relationships, with my health, with all these different things. And none of it was because the universe or God was like, oh, you failed, so here's your punishment, let's knock her down. All of it was like, here's some raw materials. Here's what your soul came to this planet to learn. Go create with it. Go do something with it. And I did. And I have fucking sprinted with it ever since. And I'm so, so, so grateful for that. So definitely do that practice if you haven't already. And another little piece of this that I want to throw in there is that I went to the gym this morning. I went to the chiropractor. And I knew that I wanted to do this live specifically since last night, since I had this little like, oh, wow, how fucking cool. I've known that I wanted to do what I'm doing now. Okay, I'm 32 for like 20 years, which is crazy because I've been telling myself this story for so many years of like, I don't know what I want to do, and is this really what I want to do, and am I really fulfilled, and, you know, questioning everything. It's what we all do. But yet it's here, and I'm doing it. And so this morning, went to the chiropractor, went to the gym, and when I came home, I was like, man, I just feel exhausted today for whatever reason. It's kind of gloomy out today. That tends to influence if I'm feeling energized or not. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to lay on the ground under my weighted blanket for a little bit, and then I'll go live. So I'm going to be late to the live that I scheduled, but I know that my nervous system, I know that, like, internally I need this right now. I need a little bit of that, like, calm, and acknowledging that, you know what, I don't have to show up on my Instagram live super hyped up and crazy energy. It's so excited. Oh my gosh. I can show up kind of fucking tired and just real and relaxed and laid back and a little bit allergy congested puffy eyes. That just showing up is perfect, that it doesn't have to look any certain way, and that identity piece is leading everything that I do now. That acknowledging, you know what, actually what's most helpful and supportive for me right now is rest. I'm going to give myself that. Actually, what would be most helpful and supportive right now is for me to kick and scream and cry and process some stuff. So I'm going to do that. Actually, what would be the most helpful for me right now is dancing on a pole and just letting myself be free and move freely. Actually, what would be most helpful right now is to nourish my body instead of continuing to push and push and push and push and hustle my way through whatever work it is that I'm grinding on at the moment. It's all this internal identity stuff, and I'm constantly learning more about nervous system. I'm constantly learning more about energy, about identity, about intuition, and about strategy. And what I think is just so freaking cool is that we live in a world where this is what we can do. We get to talk about things that light us up, talk about things that are important for us, to us, talk about things that have helped us get to where we are, and support others in that journey. And that gets to be like a revolving door, an evolving loop of me growing myself, getting paid to evolve, and then me helping my clients evolve and shift into their next level identity. This is the work that we're doing inside of Endless Sunday Energy. It's my, not daily, but like 3 times a week, almost every other day-ish, audio training. And it's all in Telegram, so it's super duper easy to just either go in and listen to one episode or binge the whole fucking thing. We've got 12 different trainings in there already, and the feedback has been really, really phenomenal. It's all about this internal identity work, this energy work, really supporting ourselves in feeling safe to slow down and feeling safe to handle everything that life throws at us. You know, one of my clients this weekend, actually last week, she hosted a masterclass, and it was the first one that she'd done in a while. And not only did she have more people sign up for it and show up for it than she had ever had before, not only did she have someone sign up to her program, her high-ticket program, the next day after a really quick little, I think like 15-30 minute conversation with her. But what I'm most excited about is that this is the most confident that she's ever felt doing a masterclass. It was the most fun she ever had doing a masterclass. And the part that just like lights up my soul so freaking much is that even when there was tech glitches, even when, you know, Zoom was being Zoom, she stayed calm and she played and she stayed present. Because that never happened in the past. In the past, she didn't feel fun. She was questioning herself. She was doubting herself. And if any tech glitch happened, she felt like it reflected badly on her. Like it made her seem unprofessional. That doesn't happen by accident, making that shift. It happens by doing the daily intentional nervous system work. And it also doesn't happen by keeping yourself in a bubble where nothing bad ever happens. No challenges ever arise. There's nothing that ever grows you or stretches you or makes you evolve. It happens by facing it when you see those moments coming and actually choosing to go into them. Saying, oh, interesting, there's shame here, there's guilt here, there's judgment here. I'm not going to run away from it this time. I'm not going to hide from it this time. I'm not going to wallow in it this time. I'm actually going to talk about it. I'm going to name it. I'm going to share it with my mentor or with a trusted person that I love. And that gets rid of its power. That minimizes and diminishes its power until we actually can make the shift so that the next time that thing comes in and happens, our nervous system is like, oh, I know how to handle this. I got this. We're good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're good. So that is more obviously on the energetic and emotional and identity standpoint. That is all Endless Sunday Energy. If you're feeling more the vibe of needing strategy, I actually have something called 7-Figure Freedom Method, which is a program that leads you through all of my systems and structures and exactly how I've automated not dipping below 30K months for the last couple of years, not dipping below 20K months for close to 7 years, I think, something like that. It's been a long time. And I honestly recommend both. Get 7-Figure Freedom Method and Endless Sunday Energy so that you have the strategic components that you need to be able to build a business that doesn't rely on you always being on, always being high energy, always feeling fabulous every single day. Obviously, that's always the goal. Obviously, we always want to feel good. Obviously, we always want to continue improving our health, improving our relationships, improving our financial health so that we can actually do the things that we want to do so that we can feel good. And we're human, so that's not realistic. But when you have both of those components combined, you're fucking unstoppable. And if you want both of those plus having really high touch conversations with me that help you customize everything to you, that give you support and feedback in real time. I'm constantly in my Telegram space with my mastermind clients, giving them specific feedback on their sales pages, on their sales call conversations, their sales DM conversations, on their social media content, on their email content, on their identity, on who they're being and how they're leading themselves, on stepping into their power more and more and more. You know, the real time stuff. And I have 2 different spaces for that. One's a long-term mastermind, the Vibrant Year, where we're obviously helping you create the most vibrant year ever. There's some women who we're helping them get into a healthier, loving, long-term relationship. There's some women who we're helping with their nutrition and their sleep and more things focused around the health side. And there's some women who we're more just focusing on the business and the financial growth and automation and stability within their income. And to be really honest, all of them are working on all 3, because all 3 of those feed each other. When your health is on point, when your relationships feel good, your business is able to expand and grow naturally as a byproduct of all of the wonderful raw materials that you're calling into your life to create something with. Rather than trying to do it all by yourself and trying to just like hodgepodge things together from a million different systems, making yourself feel more overwhelmed and more self-doubt and more shame and more self-criticism, because what I'm doing doesn't look like that person. What you're doing doesn't look like this person. What you're doing doesn't look like what I'm doing. And I'm not creating mini-me's within my company. I'm creating an ecosystem of established leaders and healers and entrepreneurs who are building something completely unique that's never been done before, and doing it in a way that's supporting more people than it has ever been done in that way before. And it doesn't all look exactly the same, and that's why I really love having these really high-touch, intimate spaces like the Vibrant Year, so that we can go really, really deep. Because honestly, automation is something that everybody can do, and it's pretty much the same across the board. The things that are going to be different are what you're saying in your email sequences, what you're saying on your sales pages, what you're saying on your social media, how you're speaking, how you're presenting yourself to bring the right people in. To not just bring anyone in who's willing to pay, because we don't want shitty clients. We don't want just anybody. We want people who are going to actually be fully committed to the transformation that we're supporting them through, because that's the level of commitment that we're showing up with. So the Vibrant Year is the space for that level of support with me. We also have once a week calls at the moment. Oh, obviously you get access to 7-Figure Freedom Method and Endless Sunday Energy as a part of the Vibrant Year. It's also an all-access pass to everything that I do. So not only do you get access to those couple of programs that I just mentioned, but you also get access to everything that I run in business with my husband, which is our other brand, Sexual Kung Fu, which means you're also getting support around relationship dynamics. You're getting support around connecting with your own pleasure, with sex, with polarity in your relationship, and we have a bunch of different courses around all those different things. So you're also getting access to all of that. I think it's around it's a lot. The value is insane. It's like $40,000 value, and it's only $1,777 a month, or $20,000 for the year. You're also getting access to 4 in-person mastermind days per year with me and with whoever else from the Vibrant Year wants to come to those events. Some of them are in Asheville, North Carolina. Some of them are in other locations as I travel around. But it's really the place that you want to be when you're ready to not just blow up your business, because that's not the only thing we're focusing on, but when you're ready to really create your dream life, where you have the money, you have the health, you have the relationships, and you have the spaciousness in your schedule and in your mental capacity and in your internal space to enjoy what you've created. Because there are countless people out there who've built something really, really massive, who maybe say they're happy online, but behind the scenes, they're either always on their phone, or they're really, really struggling with their mental health, or their relationship is really struggling, or they're not a very present parent. But what they're portraying online is very, very different. And that congruence inside and outside is what we're creating inside of my spaces. So the Vibrant Year, obviously a year long. If you're wanting something that's shorter term, Rich and Rested Mastermind is a 6-week option, and that one is $1,777 for the full time, the full 6 weeks, and we could split that up over 2 months if you'd prefer. And in that space, I would say it's also a mirror of what we're working on inside the Vibrant Year, and we're mostly focusing on your social media content. So whether your main platform is podcasting, if your main platform is YouTube, your main platform is Instagram, is something else. I'm not huge on TikTok. I know how it works. I'm not huge on Facebook. I know how it works. I can support you in those spaces, but really I would say if you're wanting to grow on podcasting, YouTube, or Instagram, that's the space for that. Rich and Rested Mastermind is where we're helping you obviously become rich and rested, so that you're not just creating 500 pieces of content every single day, hoping that one of them converts, hoping that one of them goes viral, but you're actually creating content in a way that feels good for you, that feels natural for you, that's still utilizing your natural voice, and that allows you to do it way, way, way faster, more efficiently, and more consistently, so that you know that every single time you post, you're going to get new clients. Your email list is going to grow. The things that you want to happen from that post is going to be the outcome. We're not just posting and then being like, I hope it works, but I don't know. Should I look at it? I don't know. Hide and seek with my followers, hide and seek with my sales. Like, we don't have to play that game. We can just be certain. We can choose it and we can create it. And that's what we're doing in the Rich and Rested Mastermind. So I should have told you all the different things that you could DM me or comment in order to receive these links. Most of them you can just find through the link in my bio, but I'll run through the quick things that you can comment right now. If you're going to comment multiple, do separate comments. Don't do it all in one. So for my free ebook, which is a fucking delicious snack, it is honestly could help you make your first 6 figures if you're not there already. Just my ebook alone could help you get there. But that free ebook also comes with a 3-part video series that takes you even deeper into everything. So for that, it's called Relaxed Recurring Revenue. Just comment relaxed down below for that one. For Endless Sunday Energy, you can comment any of those words for that. Again, just comment it down below. For 7-Figure Freedom Method, comment freedom. For the Rich and Rested Mastermind, comment rested. And for the Vibrant Year application, both Rich and Rested Mastermind and Vibrant Year Mastermind have an application process. We've got requirements. It's not just open to anybody. Whoever wants to join, you must apply. Yeah, very, very, very much protecting the integrity of that space and the energy of that space. So for Rich and Rested, comment rested. And for the Vibrant Year, comment vibrant. And if you want to check out my podcast, you can comment, I think, podcast. Those are all of the automations. So this is the kind of thing that I help you set up when you're in my world, so that when you're posting on social media, you're not actually having to be in DMs all the time or on sales calls all the time, answering people's questions, overcoming objections. You can just be like, oh, here's this thing that I do. Here's the solution. Here's the transformation that I can help you create. If you want it, here's how you can get it. And my AI bot will just automatically send it to you, so that I don't even have to do that. Like, that's what you're creating in my space, so that literally while you're sleeping, while you're playing with your kids, while you're swimming in the ocean, while you're making dinner, there are people joining your email list. There are people paying for your self-paced and even high-ticket, not self-paced offers when you're offline. That's my dream. My dream is being able to do what I want, when I want, how I want to, because I have the resources and the choices to be able to do that. So I hope to see you inside of the Vibrant Year, whether that is today or tomorrow or next week. And if you've been thinking about hiring me for more than a week, pull the fucking trigger. It's time. Truly. Like, you're gonna be so grateful that you made that decision to finally do the thing you've been thinking about, rather than feeling the regret of continuing to go another week, another month, another year, thinking about it, but not taking action. Thinking things, one of my teachers always says, talk does not cook the rice. Thinking does not get actions done. You've got to do the action. And when you are doing the action, when you're building your business alongside someone who has built a multi-million-dollar online tantra business, we can't run ads. Organic has been shadow banned for the last decade. It's sexual content, so there's so many different things that we have to work around with that. And we've still been able to find success even within that. And we don't have anything super high ticket. Our most expensive thing. Our most expensive course is a year-long program. I believe the year-long program VIP, I believe, is like $2,400 or $2,500. Our main course that has made millions on its own is $1,000. Like, we have done something very, very, very crazy that a lot of people don't believe is even possible. A lot of people don't believe that it's possible to make millions of dollars with what's considered like a mid-ticket offer. And we've done it, and we continue to do it. And if that's what you want to do, while impacting literally thousands and thousands of people, we've had almost 2,000 people go through that main program from all over the world, all very, very different kinds of people. We've had people from India say that, like, this was 3 months of my savings, and I want to put it towards this. We've had people who are the CEOs of really, really big companies that everybody knows of come through our courses. Like, we're helping people all across the gamut in all different kinds of ways. We're not exclusively only working with rich people. We're not exclusively only working with people who are in a lower income bracket. Like, we're working with people all over the board. And I know that for my healers that are watching this, that's exactly what you want to do too. So make one of those comments down below, and I'll see you in one of my spaces very soon.